Hi guys, Pete here from Ashton's Cars, and today I'm showing you around a 2012 Volkswagen Polo TDI. This is the 1.2 litre TDI engine, 73 horsepower, and it's finished in match specification. Match spec means you get the alloy wheels, you get air conditioning, and a very well turned out car really, with metallic paint and front fog lights. These cars are very impressive to drive, but this one's done 121,000 miles from new, and I really wanted to show you how well it's worn those miles, because unlike a lot of small cars, Polos have just got a fantastic build quality. And this particular car has come into us via a local garage. It's had 2 owners from new, and it's got a full service history on it. So it's exactly what I'd be looking for if I was buying a car of this size and type. Obviously, it's coming up to 11 years old, and it's done 120,000 miles, which is kind of optimum mileage for a diesel, just over 10,000 a year. That means that the DPF filters tend to get maintained better because they tend to burn the carbon off. Low mileage diesels sometimes can be a little bit more troublesome than the higher mileage ones. So at 121,000 miles, it's been used, but it's been looked after, and it's got a full history with it to show that. I'm going to show you around the car and show you a couple of light imperfections on it. It's not perfect because it is a used car, but I also want to show you how well these Polos are constructed and how this particular one has really been well looked after, and just goes to show what a great car a Polo can be, really, if you're looking for something in this price bracket. So briefly, 73 horsepower we've got from the 1.2 TDI. It does about 105 miles an hour and 0 to 60 in 13 seconds, but what really is of interest to you, I'm sure, is it will do up to 70 miles per gallon. And also, it only costs £20 a year to tax. So it's very low running costs on these cars, and that's what makes them so appealing, especially in this price bracket. So coming down the side of the car here, there are a couple of light imperfections on it. I'll show you. Just at the bottom of the door, we have got a very little mark there. It looks like someone's opened a door into it, or a trolley in the supermarket car park. It doesn't really show from a normal distance, but if you zoom out in, you can see it. And looking on the back bumper here, there's a couple of very light marks there. That's from people obviously taking things in and out of the boot and catching the bumper over the years. Again, not something that detracts overall from the car, but it is there. Very little mark there by the petrol cap. Similar really in that it's only just very lightly broke the paint, and same by there. It looks like someone's opened a door on it in the car park, and similarly the bottom of our door is scuffed there, so it looks like we've opened the door onto someone else at some point. Really not something that you should be worried about, but nevertheless, it is in a way, I guess, a sign that this car's totally original. It doesn't look to me as if it's had any paint. Very small scuff there as well on the front bumper. We will touch these little marks in, and it will look, pretty much perfect, but it's not perfect. It is an 11-year-old car, and we'd rather be completely straight and upfront with you about that. But when you're looking at it, it's got a nice shine to it. It looks the part. I think the metallic grey really suits the car well. It's a great choice of colour on a Polo, and it does sort of sell well when they're in a nice metallic like this. And this particular one's got a great shine to it. It just looks the part. It doesn't look like a car that's its age or its mileage. It still looks quite youthful. So a very pleasant car really to be in and around. So just showing you the boot. It's a decent sized boot on these. They're I think about 200 litres, are they, the boots on these? I'll find out for you exactly. 280 I think it was, but I'll put it up if it's any different. It's got a false floor on it. You'll either love that or hate it, but it's very handy. It's a bit awkward to take in and out with one hand, but it is actually quite easy to use when you're not trying to hold a mobile phone. 70/30 split seats as well, so you can make that space bigger again should you wish to add to the practicality and visit the garden centre or a big sale somewhere. Everything on the car, like that boot, just shuts with a nice reassuring thud as well, which is testament to the quality of these cars. I mean, they are second to none in terms of quality. Looking in the back, we've got plenty of space, ample storage space in here, plenty of room for 5 people. We've got 5 inertia seat belts, and we've got ISOFIX points on the outer edges of this back seat. It's also got electric windows to both the front and rear, which is obviously quite unusual in a car of this sort of size. The bolsters are all intact on it, which is great. It doesn't look like this back seat's had much use at all. Although I don't know the previous owners, I would say looking at it, it's only been 2 people ever sat in this car. And yeah, I mean, having things like electric windows on a car like this does make it a lot more family friendly. You can lock those windows up from the front if you don't want the kids to use them. Going into the front, well, similar story. Again, first thing I look at on a car this age is the bolsters, especially on the driver's seat. Normally you see a lot of wear there. The Polo has worn this miles so well. There's no wear whatsoever in that seat. The bolsters are all intact. The dashboard is very, very clean and smart. Looks very well presented. Has almost like a new car odour still to it, which is crazy. And you've even got the original floor mats, and they're in good condition under there. We've had a very light valet done on the car, but it came into us like this. I mean, it's obviously been very, very well cared for. Whoever the previous owner is, the car is testament really to them. They really do stand the test of time better than any other small car. Let's just jump inside it. So, we've got air conditioning, nice and simple and easy to use, though it's just a manual air conditioning on this car. It's got the auxiliary input for the for your iPhone or your iPod to play music through on the auxiliary channel. You've got nice clear display with the radio there, and nice clear dials as well. Typical Volkswagen really. Electric windows to the front and the rear, and remote central lock-in, and electric mirrors as well, which are heated. Now, it looks flickery that because of my recording equipment, but it's done 121,000 miles. Just going to start it up. So there you go. It's a 3-cylinder engine in these smaller diesels. Really good engines though. 1.4 TDI. They do sound very smooth for a 3-cylinder. Plenty of power in it as well. I didn't really find that it was any less powerful feeling than the 1.6 TDI, strangely enough, that I've recently been using in a Skoda Fabia. The interior is well constructed. All these materials have got a nice feel to them, which you just don't get in other cars. There's no hard, horrible plastics in this car. Everything on it has a quality feel that it's typical Volkswagen, basically. I'm back outside again, and in my opinion, if you're looking to spend this sort of money on a small, reliable 5-door hatchback, you can't really go wrong with one of these. These Polos they're desirable for a very good reason. There's nothing really that competes with them in terms of quality in this price range, and in terms of what you get for your money. I mean, once you get up to a Match spec like this, you do get a very, very good spec. The aircon's nice and cold in it. The alloy wheels, I think, look really good and suit the car. It doesn't age like other small cars or Polo. It always seems to sort of look quite a timeless design. And if you get one in a nice metallic colour like this, which would always be my tip, get something that's a nice inoffensive metallic colour, nice dark metallics. They suit this type of car very, very well. So, if you're looking for one, it's available for sale, and you can get hold of me on 07932 873 646. Car is available for nationwide delivery. We're also happy to take your old car in part exchange, so let us know what you've got and we will work out a deal to suit you. That number again is 07932 873 646. Thanks ever so much for watching the video. Hopefully it's been of use to you, and please feel free to give us a like, a share, subscribe to our channel. Obviously that will get you access to more cars like this, more updates on when we get new stock arriving in, and please feel free to comment below and let us know your own thoughts and your own experiences of the Volkswagen Polo. It's always nice to hear from you, and we hope to see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.